Today I show you one simple trick that will make your solos sound more virtuosic instantly and without much effort. So stay with me and find out how to move around the fretboard effortlessly. Hey, I'm Simon. I've been a professional guitar player for more than 10 years now, and today I show you how to shift little ideas around the fretboard without much effort. If you haven't watched my last video, where I explained how to build little mini positions with the pentatonic, be sure to watch it before this one. This will help you to understand the material better. I assume that you already heard about octaves, and you maybe learned how to build an octave on the guitar and how to shift an idea up an octave. The simplest way you can do this is by starting on the E or the A string and going up 2 strings and 2 frets. But of course, because we are guitarists and we always have to deal with the G string and the B string tuned in a different interval than all the other strings, we have to deal with exceptions. So let's look at how we can compensate that in this case. When starting from the D string, we move up 2 strings and then we move 3 frets because we have to compensate for 1 semitone. This is also the case when we start from the B string. And how can we use this in a pentatonic? Well, we can play little licks and we can then jump an octave and respond to our licks with kind of an answer to that lick. If you came up with a little lick, in this case starting from the G string, you can just shift it up 2 strings and 3 frets and repeat it. With this knowledge, you can also create some call and response licks. After you play the first lick, you can do slight changes to it and shift it up by an octave, and it will sound like an answer. This is a nice melodic way to use the octave shift. But if you know my videos by now, and if you don't, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. You know that I like to do some faster examples and some more virtuosic examples. So let's look at how we can do this. So this mini pentatonic position I play here is a pretty efficient form. It's 2 notes per string, which can be played very fast. And what happens if you jump an octave with this one? If you can manage to jump with your index finger, your lick is gonna break out of its cage and start to take off like a rocket. Pretty cool, right? You can also do this with all the other shapes. In this example I shift up an A major chord, then a diminished A chord, and then I shift up a chromatic blues lick in E minor. And here's the last exercise for all the hardworking guitarists out there. You can take one mini position of the pentatonic and shift it up 2 octaves, then move to the next position, shift it down 2 octaves again, and repeat that cycle until, of course, you reach the end of the fretboard. Have fun with this little exercise and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any new exercises. And see you next time! Ah, that's the tone.